morning, everyone. Deborah Lynn again with Kids Community. So, we talked about and we prepared last time, or a time before, the zucchini and basil. So now I'm going to make the zucchini and basil with over medium eggs on top of it because that's one of my favorite breakfasts. I really, really love it. So I'm going to put some of the zucchini and basil in a bowl. I'm not a big, huge microwave fan, but for this purposes, we're going to go ahead. Otherwise, I would have it in a separate saute pan, and I would go ahead and heat it up. So I just put enough in there, and then we'll microwave that in a minute. Again, hands have been washed, rings are off. I have everything ready so that I don't have to stop and find anything while I'm going. So I'm going to get my pan warmed up. To medium. I do have a little bit of unsalted butter in my pan because that's what we prefer to use. It's, keeps our sodium level down, and it's just enough to give me some lubricant so my eggs don't stick to the pan again. And then, like I said, the zucchini, so there's still a little bit left for somebody else to do something fun with. You can, put it on some pasta and add a little bit of fresh garlic in there. Toss it with a little bit of Parmesan cheese. That would be delicious. But today we're going to have it with some eggs. So I'm going to move my butter around in here, make sure my whole pan is covered. Also, you always want to make sure that you have your fan on and possibly light the fan to take up the excess burning gas that's down in the belly of this. All right, so I'm going to crack my eggs. Again, I don't have any children in the home, so I'm going to have this out. My oven is tilted a little bit, so my eggs tend to stick down at the bottom. If I'm like this, they float that way. So I want them both on the same side so I can flip them easily. So that's why I have my handle out. Again, in normal situations, you would not do that if you have children in the home because you don't want them to grab the hot pan and bring it down on themselves. Okay, so I have that. See, and then I had to go grab a napkin. Sorry about that. I had to go grab a napkin. You're like, where'd she go? She disappeared. There we go. Okay, so while my eggs are getting ready to go here, I don't want to use fresh onion on the eggs. Of course, it's too much moisture and it's going to make it crazy. So I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of onion powder down there and a little bit of black pepper because I absolutely love black pepper. But you can use white pepper. You could use chili peppers. You could use whatever you wanted on top of your eggs. I put it here so that when I flip it, you see my mouth is watering. I'm so hungry. Sorry about that. Anyhow, so this seems to be moving a little slower this morning than I wanted. So while the eggs are getting ready to go, I'm going to heat up just for a minute my zucchini so that that's not cold. I don't want to put warm eggs on top of cold zucchini with the basil. And then I have to tell you about this basil. So last night we had fruit on the side. We got its nectarine season. They're absolutely delicious. So I took some of the, chopped the nectarine up into pieces, chopped up a little bit of the basil and sprinkled it on top and just ate it like that. It was delicious. And it was super colorful and very, very pretty. You could probably sprinkle a little lime on there if you like. But I know I'm just yapping because I'm trying to get the eggs to cook here. So they start to bubble on the outside. Let me see if I can do this. Can you see how they're starting to bubble there? So that's what we want. And then it'll make it easier for them to slip, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and put this back down, right back there. All right, I'm going to use my spatula to make sure that the edges are up and that those aren't sticking because then my eggs won't slide well, right? Okay, so here comes the fun. So see, just as the time that is done, it's time to flip our eggs. So my kitchen is kind of dirty right now, so I'm not going to show you how to do that. But I just flipped them. See? Woohoo! Just kind of, you give them a little swoop, and till you get used to it, you have, the yolks kind of splat sometimes, and that's fine. Not a big deal. All right, so my zucchini is warmed up perfectly. Bowl's not too hot, but I'm going to set it on something just in case. It's not going to get any more butter. I'm not going to put any salt on it. There's so much flavor, and we did put a little salt on the zucchini. So I don't need to salt the eggs as well. So that's an over medium egg, over easy egg. It takes about, 5 minutes. Let's see, 5 minutes is what the clock says. So that's perfect. So I'm just going to pour it on there, set my pan off to the side on a cool burner, leave the fan on so it gets the excess heat, and voila, we have over medium eggs with the zucchini on the bottom for breakfast. All right, look forward to the next one. Have a great day.